Hi, I'm Dr. Tony Alessandra, and I'm proud to announce my newest program, The Optimism Advantage, 10 Qualities of Unshakably Confident and Resilient People. And I co-authored it with Dr. Terry Paulson, who actually is the author of the book, The Optimism Advantage. We cover 10 great qualities with a lot of great to-do tips in there. Things that you can take to the bank and change your way of thinking, your way of acting, your way of living. Now, of the 10, I love all 10. It's sort of like, hey, pick your best one. It's like saying, hey, pick your best child. It's very difficult. So one of the ones that I really liked was strategically competent, or strategic competence. That was one of the 10 qualities. One of the things we talk about in there, one of the tips, not the only tip, but just one of the tips, is to increase your depth and breadth of knowledge. Now, here's the difference. Your depth of knowledge is increasing the competence you have in what you're supposed to know in what you do. So, for instance, in your job, learning as much as possible about your company, about your products, about your customers, about your industry, about the trends, being incredibly competent, because having all of this depth of knowledge, this company competence, translates into confidence. And when you have confidence in your knowledge and in your ability, it makes other people trust you more. Whether it's your peers, your coworkers, your colleagues, your direct reports, your customers, depth of knowledge is absolutely crucial. Now, the other side of the coin is your breadth of knowledge. Now, your breadth of knowledge is knowing a little bit about a lot of things, or maybe even better yet, a lot about a lot of things. It's sort of becoming a Renaissance person. Being able to talk to people about what's important to them, not just talking about what's important to you. Now, how do you increase your breadth of knowledge? Well, you increase it by, for instance, reading a daily newspaper every single day from front to back. Now, I'm not suggesting that you read every single word, every single article, but at least scan the headlines and dig into the headlines that intrigue you or interest you. Or dig into the headlines that you know some of the people you work with, work for, or people that you sell to are interested in, so that you could be up to date on what's going on. Other ways to increase your breadth of knowledge is by reading books. Now, I believe that you should read, are you ready for this? 12 books a year. Just one book a month. When we look at the average person reading just one book a month, imagine the impact, the competitive advantage you're going to have when you can read 12 books a year. Now, I suggest you read fiction and nonfiction. You read at least 3 to 4 different genres of books. Now, when I say genres of books, I'm talking about psychology, self-help, marketing, sales. Just change the types of categories of material that you read. Also, one of the great ways to increase your breadth of knowledge is simply talk to people and try to ask questions about the areas that they're interested in that you don't have much knowledge on. Instead of avoiding it or switching the subject that a lot of people do, I suggest you ask people, tell me more. Like Dr. Terry Paulson, who's a psychologist, the typical psychologist things, tell me more. Well, can you give me an example of that? Then what? Use some of those to dig in and learn more about what other people do, about their work and about their hobbies. Also, read magazines, a weekly news magazine, a monthly business magazine. The key is increase your breadth of knowledge so that you can talk to people about what's of interest to them. You know that old saying, when in Rome, do as the Romans? Well, when you're with people who have different careers and different interests, you can connect with them a lot faster, deeper, and longer if you can connect with them on topics that they're interested in, so that they feel we have something in common. Now, that's just one of the numerous tips in this new audio program by Nightingale Conant, The Optimism Advantage. I suggest take a listen. You're going to love it.